So I declare this meeting open. Welcome everyone, to councillors, officers, members of the public, wherever you might be. Our first Regulatory Processes Committee meeting for 2020. Please let Sean or me know if you intend leaving the meeting. Morning tea is scheduled for 10:30 a.m, but I will be very surprised if we are still going at that stage. The meeting, please note the meeting will be live streamed, so please ensure that you use your microphones when speaking. Can we stand now please to read the opening karakia on the screen, and it's also in your agenda. Right, we don't have any apologies for this meeting. I call on members to declare any conflicts of interest you may have in relation to any item on the agenda. Okay, the minutes. Before approving the minutes, I just need to make a comment on one item, page 9. There is a correction. Based on what is on in the minutes, we started this meeting at 9:30 a.m. We adjourned 1 minute later at 9:31 a.m. for a 26-minute tea break. In fact, the minutes will be changed to record 10:31 rather than 9:31 a.m. Other than that, I move that they be taken as an accurate record of the meeting. Do I have a seconder, please? Someone who has actually read the minutes. Thank you, Councillor Matthews. Put the motion which has been moved and seconded. Please vote accordingly.
Thank you, Sarah. I'll get yours.
If we don't, okay, please vote. Put your hand up for yes or right. That is unanimous. Thank you. There are no items not on the agenda, and we have no public participants for this meeting. On to item 2.1 in your agenda, page 7, the proposed road stopping and land exchange at 64 Maida Vale Road in Roseneath. Do we have, before inviting officers to Paul Davidson to the table, do we have any questions here? Actually, Paul, can you come to the table anyway, please? I do have one question. Anyone have any questions? Okay, can you just explain for those of us who aren't fully conversant with the expression batter easement, what batter easement is, as mentioned, discussion point 17?
What it means in this situation is wherever the applicant's property is well above or below the formed carriageway, so we turn our mind to the increase in development potential for the applicant and the increase in risk to council that they might do something that destabilises their bank. So these are created to minimise that risk to council for their future development.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Free.
I'm just wondering if there's any indication as to their purpose. I mean, I imagine they don't have to give a reason for why they're interested in acquiring the land, but is there any background information to that?
My understanding is to keep on using it as they currently are for access and garden. And I think significant with this one is that their neighbour at number 56 has also applied, and for a similar reason. There been no number 58 or 60 or 62 between the two. So pretty much they both have a common desire to just put their boundaries as close to the street as possible, and they might fence it.
Fair enough. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
I understand from Paul that the land has been valued and a sale price of $51,000 agreed upon, and that takes into account the 2 square metres of land the council is requiring. So no questions in regard to that. That is correct, isn't it?
That's correct.
Paul, yep. Okay, thank you. Right, on that basis, I move the motion being the recommendations in the officer's report, recommendations 1, 2 and 3. This is a straightforward case of the owner of 64 Maida Vale Road wanting to purchase from council approximately 67 square metres of unformed legal road adjoining their property. And it's right next door to 56 Maida Vale Road, which we agreed, if you recall, in our December meeting, that this could proceed to the next step in the disposal process. And as I mentioned, council is actually requiring 2 square metres of land from the applicant. Right, a seconder for this, please. Thank you, Councillor Condi. Do you wish to say anything? Any debate? Okay, I put the motion which has been moved and seconded. Please put your hand up to indicate if you're in favour.
We've got our thing.
Oh, we have. Okay. Well, let's use them. Right.
As much fun as it is.
Yeah, it's more fun using these. Okay, that is carried unanimously. Moving on to item 2.2 on the agenda. Page 15, the withdrawal of the objections to the proposed road stopping at and land exchange in the road 16 to 24 Turnbull Street in Thorndon. Do we have any questions for officers for John Freeze in regard to this? Councillor Condi.
I'd just like to say thank you for all the work. This has obviously been a long negotiation process, and here we are coming in at the very end of it just to see the happy ending. So just thank you and congratulations on all the hard work here. And also just appreciate the filing a paper. I don't know if this is standard practice, but it is great to just be able to close the record for everybody. So I really appreciate that we took that step.
Okay, this is, as we are aware, is very much the finishing stage of the process as far as council is concerned. So I move the motion being the recommendations in the officer's report, and I'll just make a brief comment here that this has gone on since April 2018. Councillors, it was the pleasure of this committee, the previous committee, to be very much involved in this. We had meetings with the local residents who were concerned that access through the school be maintained. We had meetings at council. We visited the site. We had a meeting at the school with residents and Ministry of Education officials. And significant work has been carried out, and I would echo Councillor Condi's comments. Thank you very much, John, to all the work that you have carried out in regard to this. I know it has been slightly interesting at times, but now it has been satisfactorily resolved, and we are simply required to receive the information, note the points made so that it can progress, and the work itself is being funded by the Ministry of Education as part of the agreement. Seconder for the motion, please. Councillor, Deputy Mayor Free, would you like to speak?
Look, thank you, Jenny, for your words, which are very appropriate. I do remember this. It was a bit contentious at the time. It's really good to see that it's been resolved, and it's good to have the plan which and the paper, which clearly does show that there's an intention for there to be an after-hours easement. Just for the record, that the main objection to this was loss of public access, and being as it's part of a walking thoroughfare. So it's really good that we've reached this point and we've got a clarity going forward. And thank you. Very happy to second this.
Can I just say thank you, Councillor Sparrow, for chairing all those meetings and keeping everyone calm.
Yes, there were very interesting people involved. I won't make any further comment. Do we have any debate? Okay, the motion has been moved and seconded. Please vote accordingly. Thank you for that. Carried unanimously. And on to the last item on our... Oh, before we do that, public excluded. Thank you, gentlemen. Paul and John, thank you very much. Officers recommend the public are excluded from the following